Hey everybody, it's great to be here. So we're going to dive right in because I need to answer some pressing questions. And that question is, Angela, what is with all the mindset talk and when are you going to get around to teaching us how to actually make money with our business? Great question. Here's the secret. This mindset stuff is exactly how you make money with your business. What does that even mean? Okay, so here's the thing. I can teach you everything I know from my years of experience on how to, identify your ideal client, pick your niche, follow your passion, put your business together. What structure should you use? Where should you source your products if you're making products? How should you serve your clients? What apps should you use? What does your client journey look like? What marketing strategy should you use? How can you find your ideal client? How can you talk to them? How can you use messaging that converts? And on and on. How do you price your product or your service? Why should you not trade dollars for hours? All of these sorts of things. And I can teach it to you and I can help you understand it in a way that it all makes sense. And you can go out full of purpose and intention to implement it. But if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you are a person who can launch and grow a successful business, if you don't believe that you deserve success, if you don't believe that it can be easy for you or that you can help other people or sell to other people or create a quality product, if you don't believe any of that, nothing I teach you will work, right? And so that is why I do so many of these lives and videos on the mindset side of things, on getting comfortable with yourself, on learning how to truly love and appreciate yourself, on, as I like to say, learning to love your personal brand of crazy. Because if you don't value yourself, your customers won't value you. If you don't think you deserve success, you will get in your own way. If you don't think that you are capable of doing things, or you think that you need validation and approval from outside sources, then you will constantly be striving for something that you can't achieve, and you will be looking around for someone to tell you that you're doing good enough. How do I know all this? Because I've been there, right? Because I've been that person. So it might seem trivial, right? There's so many people out there talking about mindset and it's like, blah, blah, blah. Why can't we get to the how to make money? And the thing is, mindset is like that linchpin, that key, that cornerstone to making money. Because you have to believe you can. You have to believe you deserve it. You have to value yourself so that you can articulate value to others. And it's funny because I also used to think that the mindset stuff was crap too, right? I used to be like, oh my God, why are we talking about mindset? I'm just going to mind over matter it, right? I am going to tell myself, I'm going to fake it till I make it. I'm going to wake up every morning and be like, I can do this, even though, I was up half the night worrying about failing. And I came around because I realized that if I didn't fix my relationship with me, if I didn't learn to love me, if I didn't see my value, my innate value, not my value when, that I was always going to stop myself from succeeding, because there's this interesting thing where your subconscious mind will always make you right? It wants to help you. It wants you to feel good about yourself. So if you believe something, if you believe you're going to fail, if you believe that you're not that kind of person, if you believe that you can't be successful at something, then your subconscious mind goes, okay, well, we need to help make her right. And so you will see, problems, and you will see support for that belief, and you'll be like, see, I told you I couldn't do it, right? It's like if you tell yourself you don't have enough time to launch and grow your business, that's all you're going to see is evidence of you not having enough time. If you tell yourself that you aren't smart enough to understand the financial aspects of your business and the math behind it, then you're going to be presented with finance and math problems that are so big that you can't understand it. But if you tell yourself or learn to believe that maybe you don't understand it yet, but you can learn how to, then you will find teachers and coaches and guides that will teach you how. A good friend of mine, taught me this idea of adding the word yet to anything negative I say, or anytime I say I can't do something. And we were talking about gardening, and I was like, I can't grow anything. And he looked at me and said, yet, Angela, you can't grow anything yet. And I was like, I have a black thumb. Like, I kill plants really fast. And he's like, that's just how you've done it in the past. That doesn't mean that's how you have to do it in the future. I was like, fair enough. All right, yet. I can use that. I can say, I'm not a good, singer yet. I'm not good at blank yet. The beautiful thing about the word yet is that it opens up opportunity. It tells us and it tells our subconscious that we could do it if we wanted to, that there's potential there, right? And it's a simple word that we can add to the ends of our sentences. And so where is this all coming from? Obviously, if you followed any of my other, videos, you've seen, my year-long mental health experiment. And one thing I touched on was this idea that no matter what you're doing, taking medication, self-medicating, avoiding, whatever you're doing to, self-medicating doesn't have to just be drinking and drugs. It can be, shopping and avoidance and all of these other things. Whatever you're doing to not face your underlying triggers, they are waiting for you. They don't go away. I learned that by running smack into them as I came off my medication and went, oh, hi, friends. You were the ones I didn't deal with. No worries. And so it got me thinking, because a lot of people are asking, why don't you just tell me, teach me how to launch my business? And I was like, well, I do. I hold workshops every month that you can attend that will teach you the aspects of running a business. The October one's coming up. It's really great, converting leads to sales. Check it out. But the mindset piece is the piece we all avoid. We will take courses and classes and all sorts of things to learn how to price and how to market and how to work in Canva and how to, do Facebook Lives and all of this jazz. But we avoid the mindset stuff. And it's normal and natural and understandable, because facing our inner demons and our deep, dark fears and pains is uncomfortable, right? It's not fun. But it is where you are going to see the biggest leaps and bounds. So a couple things. One, stop doing things to make other people happy. And I'm not talking about neglecting your kids or, not making your husband or your partner their favorite meal once in a while, or not doing something nice for people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about doing things just because they make other people happy, even though you don't want to do them, right? Example, can you look in your life, and I have a perfect example in mind, can you look in your life and see something you've been doing that you don't have to do, that makes no sense for you to continue doing, but you're doing it and you don't know why? Chances are, and this is what it was for me, you're doing it because you are seeking the approval of someone else, or you want them to be happy, or you want them to like you. Case in point. I had been rushing around in the mornings trying to, get my kids out the house by a certain time with me, done up, ready to go to the office. And it was making me very, very stressed, right? And I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I rushing through my mornings to get somewhere when I don't work for somebody? I work for myself. I don't have to clock in. I'm not paid by the hour. I don't have an appointment or anyone waiting for me. Why am I doing this? And I sat with it and I was like, is it habit? Well, yeah, it's kind of habit. But is it a necessary habit? Don't know. Why does it feel like it is, though? Why do I feel like I have to do this? And when I really get down to it, I didn't have to. I was doing it because I was afraid of the judgment I might receive by not doing it. I was afraid of disappointing people. I was afraid of being viewed as less than, or I was afraid of people not liking me and talking about it even when I wasn't present, which frankly doesn't affect me because I don't know what they're saying about me, so why should I care? And when it dawned on me that I was doing that, I was like, I'm just not going to do that anymore. I'm just not going to rush around, peak my cortisol levels before I even get into the office to be somewhere by a certain time that is not required of me, when I could just go with the flow, get there when I get there, still get my work done, and feel better. So look at an area in your life. Try to find an area in your life where you are doing something and it doesn't make sense why you're doing it. Like you're trying to get somewhere, you're doing something, and look to see if it's because you are seeking approval from outside of yourself. You're seeking external validation. Another one, and this came up in therapy this week. And yes, I love therapy. I'm in therapy, and I think everybody should be. So no, I'm not worried that, she just talked about being in therapy on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. There is no shame in my game. I think it is a beautiful thing to have a third party to talk to about what's going on in your head that knows enough about the subject that they can help you with things, right? Therapy is cool. And I 100% recommend it for everyone. It takes time to find a good therapist. Don't be deterred. So I was talking to my therapist this week, and he asked me, he's like, Angel, why do you keep saying sorry for how you're feeling? And I was like, I'm Canadian. I don't know. He's like, no, but why? Why do you keep saying sorry? I'm having an emotionally fragile day, or sorry, I'm just not feeling my best today, or sorry, I'm just having a tough day. Why do you keep saying sorry for your emotions? Again, not entirely sure. Thought about it. I was like, I don't know, because I am female. I was raised in a society that believed that women should be sugar and spice and everything nice, seen, not heard, and accommodating, unimposing, and all of that jazz. Fair enough, he says. Okay. Do you know that every time you apologize for your feelings, you invalidate your feelings and you tell yourself that you're not worthy of having feelings? And I was like, did not think of that. And so now I'm thinking about it, and I was like, okay, fair enough. Why do I say sorry for how I'm feeling? So think about that yourself. Do you apologize for how you're feeling? When you're feeling overwhelmed or overstimulated or emotionally dysregulated or stressed out or tired or anything, do you apologize for how you're feeling? Because I do, and I'm going to work on it because they're valid feelings and you don't have to apologize for them. Same thing in business. Do you apologize when you're having a tough day in business? Because let's be real, as entrepreneurs, it goes like this, right? We feel good, we feel shitty, we feel great, we feel like lighting it all on fire, we feel like $1 million, and we feel like we are the worst thing on the planet. It goes like that because it's a challenge. It's hard. We have to grow and we have to discover and learn, and it's tough. Do you apologize for your bad days as an entrepreneur? Because I'm pretty sure I do. And I think I'm going to work on not apologizing. I am just going to say, I am having a tough day. It's up to someone else if they want to stay and share in my tough day with me, or if they're like, you know what, not really my cup of tea today. Thanks for letting me know. I'm going to move on. Because we don't have to apologize for being. People have a choice whether they want to stay or go. Right? Pretty cool. And finally, when it comes to the mindset part of business, pay attention to what you say to yourself, right? Pay attention to how harshly you judge yourself. Pay attention to what goes through your mind before you pick up the phone to call a client or before you check your email. Are you waiting for the other shoe to drop? Are you afraid? Are you excited? What's going on? Because one of the first steps to improving your mindset is to be aware of it, right? Baby steps. You don't have to fix anything. There's nothing broken about you. We are, pre-programmed and like made to look for the worst because that's how we survived when we lived in caves, right? So don't beat yourself up about it. Come in without judgment. Come in with a boatload of grace and just be aware. How do you talk to yourself? Right? Maybe you don't think that you have limiting beliefs. But then every time somebody offers constructive criticism, you're like, you idiot, you should have caught that. Do you do that? So I get it. It can, the mindset stuff can sound woo-woo and sometimes people focus on the woo or the toxic positivity, and it's not about toxic positivity. It is really about recognizing and validating all of your feelings and not judging yourself for the bad ones and not forcing the good ones, but accepting all of them as part and parcel, and then taking a deep dive on the ones that make you feel bad, right? So if you have a belief that makes you feel bad, it's not to say it's a bad belief. It's to say, hey, let's look at it. Where did it come from? Is it true? Like 100% true? Or is it just something maybe you misunderstood? Or is it something that you picked up from someone a long, long time ago that you've never challenged, and maybe it's no longer serving you? Maybe it served you then, but it doesn't serve you now. But I'll go back to what I said before. I can teach you everything you need to know about launching and growing a successful online business. But if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe it can happen for you, if you don't believe you can do it, if your mindset is not supportive of you succeeding, then it doesn't matter what I tell you. And so that's why all the mindset stuff. Because you got to build a good foundation, right? House built on sand. Foundation, not good foundation, falls over. Okay? So if you'd like to hear about some other stuff or some more mindset stuff, hit me up. Let me know. Drop a comment below. Send me a message. Connect with me in the DMs. I am here and available. And as always, remember, the woman you see when you look in the mirror is exactly what a successful entrepreneur looks like. Be well, my friends. Bye.